This is video 2 of Surds, and we're looking now at the rules of Surds. So the square root of AB can be broken up into the square root of A by the square root of B. So let's just have a look at here. The square root of 100 can be rewritten as its factors, the square root of 25 by 4. You can break that up then into the square root of 25 by the square root of 4. Square root of 25 is 5, square root of 4 is 2. So 5 by 2 is 20. You might say, can I not just put that in a calculator and get 20? Or you just knew it anyway. Of course you can, but it's important to know these rules because when you add in x's and y's, then you can't use your calculator. So we're using simple examples to explain how to do it so that when you come on to harder ones, you know the basic rules. Example 2, square root of 8. Well, the factors of 8 would be 4 by 2, and we can break this up into root 4 by root 2. Root 4 is 2, and root 2 stays as root 2, so that's our answer there. The square root of 27. 9 by 3 is 27, so you can rewrite it as its factors. Break it up into root 9 by root 3. Square root of 9 is 3, and leave root 3 as it is, because if you put that into your calculation, you're going to get a reoccurring decimal, so you leave it in surd form. The last one, the square root of 48. Break it up into its factors, 16 by 3, split that into a square root of 16 by the square root of 3. Square root of 16 is 4 and 4 root 3. Note, 2 root 2 is said to be the simplest form of the square root of 8, just in case you got that in an exam, handy to know. Now, adding and subtracting surds is the next bit. So surds may be added or subtracted when they have the same irrational parts. That's important. If the irrational parts are not the same, we reduce each part to its simplest form where possible. So like look at this, simplify the square root of 5 plus the square root of 45 minus square root of 20. They all have different irrational parts. So we want to rewrite them so that we kind of have the same irrational parts. Like we did with the indices, you rewrite them to have the same base. So first, express each surd in its simplest form, and we'll have the square root of 5 is already in its simplest form. Square root of 45 can be rewritten as 9 by 5, it'll give me 45. So root 9 by root 5, so you can see you're getting your kind of, I don't want to say base is the same, but your irrational numbers in the surd form are becoming the same. Square root of 20 can be written as square root of 4 by square root of 5. So now we have 5, 5 and 5, so that's looking good. Keep that the same. Square root of 9 is 3. Keep that the same. Square root of 4 is 2, and keep that the same. So now we have our irrational parts are the same, so we can deal with these. We can just add them. So remember, there's a little 1 there in front of the root 5, just like x is really 1x. So square root of 5 is 1 square root of 5. So 1 and 3 will give me 4 root 5 minus 2 root 5, and 4 minus 2 will give me 2 root 5. All right. Okay.